It's wager time, and how ironic that it's happening again right before we go on break. So it's 1:47 Central. We go on break about 1:50, from about 1:50 to 2, and then we do the third hour from 2 to 3. I'm setting up a bear call spread on a stock called Western Digital Corporation, and here's just some really quick analysis. So I think 105, 110 does not have a lot of premium in there, but 27 cents on a $5 spread is a little over 5%. So if you're considering commissions and everything, it'll be right at 5. Brad says, hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Brad Reed's mom. So my thought is I'm not going to look at this spread at all unless WDC closes above 102.73. This is a July bear call spread, and the reason it is far away as far as the time frame. I get that, but 100, 200 just crossed bearish. Today we got a black candle that opened and closed below the prior day white candles close. We're making lower highs. We're making higher lows. It's going to be in a little bit of a triangle. Even if this does pop out bullish, which it absolutely could do, the 100 and 200 are very strong resistances, as well as the 102.73 is a very, very strong resistance. I would not be unraveling this. I am not going to unravel. I would only exit. I'd only exit this spread because the 110, I don't see WDC doing, like, even if it did this, I don't see WDC doing that before third Friday in July. So bottom line, if this trade goes well, awesome. There's another wager on the books for my big mouth. If this trade, oh boy, if this trade does not expire worthless, I will do Eat the Beat Challenge Part 2. Eat the beat! Ha ha ha! Oh man! It's beat time! So there's a chance I could eat the beat and maybe a Big Mac, but that's looking okay right now. I still got a 1 week and 1 day left on the Big Mac. But guys, that is official WDC spread in place, and if it does not expire worthless, I will eat some beats. Video it, put it out for the world. And if I get it right, maybe you guys could do me a favor and just pass along real life trading to your friends and family and say, hey, this guy does wagers on trades that he likes a lot. So it's kind of fun. Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, keenly awaited, highly anticipated edition of The Trading Floor with your humble host, Andrew Barbosa and Jeremy Alexander Newsom, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it, boys and girls from around the world. What is up? Gaston in the house. Ed Reed, how's it going? Dean Chance, Dan Walsh listening in via phone. I appreciate it. Welcome, Roger. Welcome, my good friend. Glad to have you here. Let's check out the general market. And yesterday we had the high wave candles. We had the potential morning star reversal. And now we have a potential evening star reversal. So it's kind of like back to back. Which one wins? I don't know. I do not. It's looking like the bearers might win this one for just a little bit, though. So the stop right now is at 179.08 on the bullish entry that I had on the DIA originally. So if you got stopped out of your calls on the DIA and you are now in your protective puts that are shorter term, probably June expiration, I can appreciate and understand that fully. Here's your hourly candles. I do not believe these wicks are real, but we are getting some very, very strange wicks on the SPY and DIA. There's kind of a lot of volatility kind of coming in here right now for sure. So here's going to be my overall thought. I will leave the bullish trigger in at 182.08 just in case something interesting happens. And I'm going to clone this, move this down, and I'm looking to see how we close tomorrow below 178.67. And if we close below there on the DIA, that really will say to me, you know what, we're more bearish than bullish, at least shorter term, not magnificently by any means, just, partially. Meaning we'll probably be doing some bear call spreads. We'll probably be doing maybe some really, really short-term swing trades. We'll just be keeping an eye on it. But if we are in some bearish trades like on Apple or something, or LNG or TripAdvisor, then maybe that just kind of plays out to our advantage. So we'll see. It's not as bearish anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and change this, and we'll change some of this. And so today is 6/4/15. I'll update my plan. We, DIA had a morning star reversal and evening star reversal back to back. Which one wins? I don't know. The DIA is at the 100 SMA. Volume is increasing a tad, and small bearishness is likely. Small bearishness is likely. So that's what we're going to see. Again, not massively bearish, but if you're looking at it like maybe it's just a really short-term head and shoulders pattern, I don't hate that perspective. Again, so here's the hourly. So the hourly, if we're looking at the hourly charts, I'm not massively bearish by any means, but something like this is plausible. And if you did get stopped out of your long positions and your instant protective puts, still, I think that's okay. All right, I'm not really scared about that. So we'll just watch it. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think tomorrow could be a very, very interesting day. I am going to be really watching it for a close, though, because if we open below here, it's a retest gap. And if we trade lower with a big wick and we get something like this, then I'm just going to be super neutral from then on out. Let me go ahead and just write that in. If the DIA gets a hammer on 6/5/15, I will be super neutral, doing spreads for at least 2 to 3 months. There we go. That'll be my standpoint, folks, on the DIA. So we can't force the market to do what we want to do. We can only do it based on what it's doing. So right now we got 2 spreads going on the SPY. We got a 200 199 June week 1 for tomorrow. I do not think I'll be eating a shoe. At least I hope so. I hope I won't be. But there you guys go. 200 199 bull put spread expiring tomorrow. But we also got some iron condors, the 208.50, 207.50, 214.50, 215.50. So if we hop in here to the hourly, it's at 210.32 right now. So we're getting some white candles. I'm only going to watch this tomorrow if the SPY breaks below 209.68. Really, my quote-unquote line in the sand, I'm not going to unravel SPY. I'm just going to be exiting it because tomorrow's the expiration. And, I would unravel if we gap down below like 208.50 or something. I don't think that happens. But that's kind of my just general areas. I'm just going to be watching it very, very close, and I'll exit it if we get close to here. Otherwise, I'll just kind of leave it alone. So I'm going to move this up here. 6/3/15. Okay. Let me hop down here and also put, I will only exit this spread tomorrow. I'll watch it closely if it moves to 209. Unless SPY gaps and opens below 208.50, should be fine. So we'll be watching that a little bit tomorrow, without question. Again, a little bit of an evening star reversal pattern on the SPY, so it's kind of back to back to back. A lot of things going on, just small ins and outs. Here's your IWM. IWM getting some trades again. If you are in a bullish trade based on the intraday trigger from a while ago, moved up or stopped a little bit. If you're in the June bull put spread, it's really, really, really far away at this point, so we should be okay. And here's the QQQs. The Qs, a little bit of an upper shadow. We're just getting some volatility, guys, at the top of the market. It's not that shocking. Any questions, concerns, thoughts, or opposing views on the general indices, index, or market, my friends? Any questions or concerns? You good? Okay. Well, today is Transportation Thursday. There's going to be a lot of things to look at. First and foremost, let's check out Boeing, Caterpillar, and Southwest Airlines. So Caterpillar. Here's CAT. And what I want to look at on CAT is just to see, is there any bear call spread premium? I know that sounds kind of chintzy. It's like, Jeremy, why are you always doing spreads? Well, learn them. I'll teach them for free as far as spreads go. If you want to learn them, we have classes that teach them. They're not going to cost you any money. So my overall thought process, the Caterpillar is in between the 200 and the 100 simple, which is really kind of my favorite place for a stock to be, because that just really shows neutrality. There's nothing more concrete than, hey, I'm stuck in between two really long-term spreads. Therefore, it's going to be pretty neutral. I don't know how much premium is going to be up there, but let's just go check, see if there's any for June or maybe June week 2 or something. I don't think I'm willing to do July unless I do a long-term condor. So let's go check out June expiration. Again, I'm thinking things out there. 92. Nope, nothing for June. All right, let me just look at July and just see what kind of condor. Wow, we're getting robbed, folks. We are getting robbed. Nothing, nowhere. Dang. Just straight up robbed. You guys should feel bad now. You should start locking your doors. This is appalling. 5 cents, 7 cents, 12 cents for a July iron condor. It's really semi-close. I mean, 92.50 is 7 points away. Wow. That's cray-cray. All right, I guess bottom line, I don't really have anything to do on Caterpillar. Unless we do like a 80 or 77.50 put sale for July. But that's only if you wanted to own shares. So sometimes there's spread money on Caterpillar, but right now, not so much. So I guess we'll leave Caterpillar alone. Let's go check out Boeing. Here's Boeing. And on Boeing, we got a little bit of a evening star pattern trying to shape up. On the 2nd of June, I wanted to do a bull put spread, but there was no money. So I guess that's kind of a good thing because there's probably going to be some money today. It looks a little bit like Boeing wants to move a tad lower. So here's some pretty decent support on Boeing. I don't have a bearish trade specifically. The only thing I would say on Boeing is as of 6/4/15, looks like an evening star reversal is setting up. Wait for Boeing to trade down to the 200 SMA, and if it bounces, be more bullish than bearish. It's the best I got. That's really about it on Boeing. Justin Linderman and Pat Coffin are talking about this one as well. Do you guys agree? Is that kind of your thought process? I think you guys are zoomed in a little bit more than I am. Here's the hourly chart on Boeing. And the hourly chart on Boeing shows a pretty decent little retest gap. I mean, this is a big bullish candle. And we gapped right below it today. And if we retest and roll over, you could maybe consider a bear call up here somewhere. 149, 150 possibly. But that looks unique. I wonder if there's anything for next week, a 146, 147 on Boeing. Boeing. Options. June. There might be something for June expiration. Let's talk about June week 2. Pat says if it breaks 140, look out below. 146, 147 could get us maybe 5 cents. Regular June expiration. 146, 147 could get us, that's pretty decent. 12 cents for June expiration. Let's see how much I like that on the daily. 146. I do like it. It probably would work, but I'd really prefer to get above the 100. Let's look at a 148. 148, 149, nothing really. Maybe get 6 cents. So we'll see. All right. I'm glad I'm glad you guys are chatting about day trades in the chat pane. That's perfect. I love it. I love it, love it. Keep it up. Okay, so there's Boeing. That is what we got so far on ticker symbol BA. Let's go hop over to Southwest Airlines, shall we? Because Southwest, my good friends. Southwest. We didn't quite hit the 200. Let's come in here to the hourly chart and see what we can do here. My main question / concern is, should I wait for this white candle or this white candle? Which that's where we're kind of at that white candle, so I'm seeing which one we should break the low of. So if I come back to the daily chart here, you can see the daily chart. We do kind of have an evening star reversal pattern. White candle, followed by a black candle, followed by a black candle, made a lower low and a lower high. So the entry would be something like right about there, with the stop right about there. It's pretty aggressive, I agree. But I think it's worth a try. Let's see here, right about there. What was that? 36.94. Give it a little bit of breathing room up there. 38.69. So it is a retest gap. So if you look at the daily EMAs, here's your daily EMAs, and you know we're hitting the 10 pretty nicely. It is a retest gap. I call this a bearish confirmation candle. We made a lower low since then. We're retesting old support, new resistance. We're failing the 10 and the 20. Today's candle made a lower low and a lower high relative to that white candle. I can dig it. So I'm really, really getting close to that trigger on Southwest. 6415. I would say if LUV gaps down tomorrow, it's a bearish retest. Watch the hourly for an entry, either on Friday or Monday. That's really the best we can do. I mean, as far as the risk reward is concerned, you know, Southwest is starting to break down a little bit. It's, you know, getting into some topping patterns up here. Volume is definitely increasing. You're making lower highs and lower lows now, kind of on a primary trend. Let me look at the weekly chart. Here's the weekly. And on the weekly, we're below the 50 exponential on a weekly chart. Now, on a weekly chart, this could form into a morning star reversal. So if we're wrong, I think we could switch our position and actually be a little bullish, because we haven't bounced off the 50 in a while. So let me put that in there. If we're wrong on this trade, LUV at the 50 EMA could form a Morningstar reversal on a weekly. Could be slightly bullish at that point. There we are. So here we go on the daily. I think that's it, guys, on Southwest. 36.94 by 38.69, and we're failing the moving averages. That's what we've been waiting for, right? Okay, copy and paste that. Boom, boom. And I think we keep a little bit of a close eye on that one tomorrow. Southwest is very overbought on a weekly, monthly chart. Definitely a monthly chart. It's almost going straight up. So this could be a little bit of a longer term potential. If it would it be okay to trigger today? Yeah, it'd be okay to trigger today or tomorrow. I think either one is understandable. All right. There we have it, Southwest. So if we come over to American Airlines, it's pretty much the same thing. So in American Airlines, I was looking at this one earlier today, and I didn't get a chance to actually post this, but 42.45 was my bearish entry on American Airlines. Now, I think we still have time for this one, but here was the hourly chart that I was looking at on American Airlines. So we had on American, you had a really, really big white candle. Then we had a high wave candle, another black candle, and we got a little bit of a doji right there that was just kind of chilling. So my thought was, okay, well, if we break the low of that really, really big white candle, I think we'd be more bearish than bullish, right? If we come to the daily chart, yesterday was a new black crow. So it was a black candle. that opened and closed below the prior day white candles close. I definitely updated the American Airlines chart, and it didn't get saved for some reason because I was talking about what we would do with the covered call and the protected puts and all that. So it's kind of annoying that got messed up. But really at this point, guys, on American Airlines, if we trade down to this pivot tomorrow and get a little bit of a retracement or a pullback, I think that's fine. I mean, I would have a bearish perspective on American Airlines. Bearish trigger. Bearish entry triggered. If AAL pulls back or a tad tomorrow or Monday, edge looks longer term, 2 or 3 months, bearish. So you can kind of choose which one you like. If you didn't get, if you didn't get a chance to make American Airlines, maybe you could do Southwest, but that stop, that entry, and as far as the target's concerned, this is a weird looking triple top thing. It's going to take some time for it to continue lower, but this is a little bit of a retest, and so far this is a decent candle. So on American Airlines, I wouldn't be sensationally bullish. I would be looking for some bearish plays here, and just be keeping a close eye on it, because if this thing starts getting in a trend of some kind, it really could move semi-decently. As far, especially for my day traders as well, just letting you guys know, if it starts moving and kind of trading down lower and it has a good edge, we could keep watching this for a day trade. So let me come over here to June week 4 and just look at it. And I'll see if there's any premium for a bear call spread as well. Looking at like maybe a 46, 47. Wow. 46, 47. It's about 11 cents. Let me look at June expiration. June expiration, 46, 47 is about 17. You could probably get 7, 8 cents out of that, which is really at the low end, but not a bad spread at all. Here's your long-term moving averages. And again, if you're bearish, it's above the 200 simple. I like that one also. 46, 47, bear call spread, June expiration, 7 cent limit. Spread is above the 200 SMA. New black crow on 6-3, failing the daily EMAs. More bearish than bullish. Don't be afraid to be bearish on some transports, folks, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. We talked about that on that confirmation candle. You guys know how excited I got. Could I be wrong? Yeah, I could be wrong. Totally could be wrong. It could do this tomorrow. We could form a double bottom. Market's been doing that so many times, it's insane. But probabilities are in our favor. Volume, check. Candles, check. Breaking support, check. Chart patterns, check. Check. Moving averages, check. It's all there. So, there you guys go. AAL, more bearish than bullish. Confirmations, moving averages, chart patterns, candles, volume. American Airlines, real life trading. So if you're in shares, I know a few of you guys are on American Airlines, protect yourself. Buy some puts. Buy double insurance or triple insurance or something. Buy a lot of insurance if you need to and sell at the money covered calls. Stan says, you are never wrong because you always qualify. Ooh, that's a good one. Any questions on American Airlines, folks? Am I missing anything you guys aren't seeing? Again, it's tough to go bearish in this market, really, on anything. That I'm fully on board with. Here's the weekly chart, and the weekly, again, you got some decent targets at 36.71. So we've got some room to move. We got some room to move. Mm-hmm. Any questions? You guys good? Anything else you need to talk about, look at, focus on? Okay. All right, let's go check out a few more then, shall we? Let's go look at FedEx, UPS. Well, we're on the airlines. Let's just stick with them for a moment. Delta and then Hawaiian Airlines. So Delta, right, not quite as bearish on Delta. I mean, not saying that it can't break down, but we got some support brewing, if you will. And right now, you know, I can look at some bear call spreads potentially, but our bull put spread down here, expired worthless, beautiful. Our bear call spread up here, expired worthless. That was actually an iron condor. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So on Delta, it's not as bearish, right? We still got some support, but really all the airlines theoretically should kind of follow suit. They should kind of follow themselves, I would imagine. And I don't see any amazing entry on Delta other than, you know, if we close below 40.95, I'm definitely a little bit bearish. And if you want to do some bear call spreads up here, you could. But that's really all I've got at the moment. Delta's not as bearish as the other ones. Now, obviously, the support could break. Everything could continue on. It could roll, blah, blah, blah. But if it doesn't, it doesn't, you know. Hawaiian Airlines. Now, Hawaiian Airlines, we had a bullish intraday trigger. And then the next day, we triggered some protective puts. So, Hawaiian, if you are in and your puts are triggered, I think that's smart. You're protecting yourself. I'm going to leave this analysis on the board because realistically, Hawaiian Airlines of the airlines has already had a drop and has recovered a little bit. Now, is this an ugly head and shoulders pattern? It is very ugly. I don't know if I'd call it a head and shoulders pattern, but I think Hawaiian Airlines could easily make it back down to the 2144 price range and then maybe the 200. The unfortunate thing with Hawaiian Airlines, it doesn't have good premium for spreads. It doesn't really have good premium for covered calls or anything of that nature. So I guess I'm just going to kind of chill with this one. Because even if we did a covered call up here, there's not really anything would happen. So if you got triggered into some protective puts, continue to hold, you know, see what happens. And if, you know, we trade down, trigger your stops, exit your protected puts right there for a profit, you know, break even, and then see what else can happen on Hawaiian Airlines. But again, you're protecting yourself, and that's important. UPS, intraday trigger at 102. This is what we were talking about for the June, the put sales and things of that nature on UPS. I never was straight up bullish on UPS. I'm just bullish to neutral because it is, you know, it is sideways, right? Bearish gap for sure. And right now we're just kind of looking at some sideways momentum, but we did way back on the 28th of April, folks. We did a put sale, 92.50 put sale that looks like it's going to expire worthless. I don't know what else I would do on UPS. It's seriously, I mean, this is my middle line and it's right on it. It is the definition of no man's land. It is not doing much at all. And unfortunately, there's not tons of premium for iron condors. And we're right at the 100 simple moving average. So maybe we could do a put sale again down here if we wanted to own shares. But we'll just see if there's any premium. We'd have to go all the way out to July. This would really only be if you absolutely was like, yeah, I mean, I'd have no problem owning shares. I like UPS. I would be, and I will be, super pumped if and when the market ever does have its good correction. I'll be pretty happy about it. I'll be happy as long as we all get a little bit of piece of the pie. 95. Yeah, I mean, we could do a 95 put sale for June week 4. You could get some premium. You pretty much get about the same amount of premium you got before. 95, you could get 24 cents. So updated analysis on 6/4/15. 95 put sale for 24-cent limit. That's really about it, guys. So UPS will just kind of chill out, let that one do its thing. FedEx, same thing, guys. We pulled some good moves on FedEx, so good for you. Right, back here, a lot of people were freaking out, being massively bearish on FedEx. We were bullish, right? High fives all around. Bartender, high fives all around. There you go. Hope you guys got your high five. So we did May week 5, 160 or 162.50 put sale. Also talked about some bull put spreads. That was all the way back on the 29th of April, folks. 29th of April, it bounced really nicely off the 200. If you played it, beautiful. Pat, good job. Stan, good job. Lower highs came in. We kind of broke out of those, continuing up a little bit. You know, so FedEx, of the transports, does not look massively bearish right now. It's going to be running into some resistance here very soon, and FedEx is not known for good bear call spread premium. But I will say, if FedEx if FedEx confirms a reversal signal, consider a bear call spread. 6-4-15. Any other questions on FedEx? That's what I got so far. All right, so Southwest, Boeing, Caterpillar done, UPS, FedEx done, all the airlines done. Let's go check out Tesla. Tesla looks kind of cute today. A little bit of a new black crow on Tesla. And again, we are at some, very, very short-term resistance. So there's a little bit of resistance based on that gap action right back there, which was a pretty decent gap. So I want the low of this white candle to break, and we'll see if there's any spread premium on Tesla. Oops, one day I'll spell right. One day. Tesla options, and I might go all the way out to June and see if we can get anything for like a 260, but I don't think we will. 260, well, actually, it's not that bad. 260, 260, 250, we could probably get for 168, and then we could buy for 135, let's call it. So that's 33 cents. So I think we could get a 25-cent limit if that triggered tomorrow. So here's kind of my trigger. Hold on. Trigger intraday for a 260, 262.50 bear call spread. June bear call spread. 25 cents. Does that help? So we got a new black crow yesterday. We got an evening star reversal. I'm not saying that Tesla's massively bearish, but what I am saying is if we do trigger this, I think it could pull back a little bit, and it'll bounce at some point, but hopping up into a spread somewhere in this general area, if and when that does trigger, I don't hate it, nor despise it. But really, at this point, that's the only trade analysis I have on Tesla. We had so many spreads expire on Tesla in May, it was unreal down here. I had traders email me left and right with, "Oh, thank you so much." I was like, I didn't do anything. That was all you guys. I mean, I do appreciate you guys when you email me. Trust me, but I'm just letting you know. I'm just sitting here talking. You're the one you guys are the real life traders. I appreciate your appreciation, but you guys are the awesome ones. I'm just the dude with the big head. You guys are the rock stars. All right, let's check out Waste Management. WM. Now, Waste Management, I liked this a lot yesterday. As you guys know, really, really good gap yesterday. Today was a gap down. It was a retest, guys. This was it was so pretty. So if we retest this tomorrow, phenomenal. But here's what I was looking at earlier today. Just candles, Waste Management. So I talked about this yesterday, right, in depth on the third hour as well. We had support. We had resistance. It gapped down. Retest gap. That's pretty much what it did. So the daily, it looks, I'm sorry, this is the hourly chart. Now, these candles over here look like garbage, but we have some support that kind of concerns me around 48.20, give or take. So here's the issue that I'm dealing with on waste management. The daily chart looks really, really healthy. We do have a few black candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a few black candles tomorrow. So let me hop back into the hourly and see if we can get a good retest if you're not in already, and see where we could retest on this trade. And 6, 4, 15 trade looks very nice. Let's see if WM can retest to around 49 again. Then consider some bearish action. Okay. That's waste management. Tesla, waste management, Dunzo, UNP, and CSX. So UNP, Martin Reyes and myself were looking at this one earlier yesterday. And UNP, has a little bit of bearish sentiment for sure. But I'm still just kind of waiting for a little bit of a bounce on UNP. 97-ish is a good support. So we talked about that back on the 14th of May. Good support on UNP. Definitely broke out of a channel. Retested, continued lower. Here's the support. And if and when we make that support, and if and when we bounce off that support, I will be more bullish than bearish. That's it on UNP. That's all I got. So I guess we'll just keep waiting and see if and when we bounce. CSX. So we still got a June put sale on CSX. It's just hanging out. 32 put sale. We got 2 weeks left on that. Here's our long-term moving averages. We're at 34.04. So we're $2 away. We are below the 100 and the 200. So again, if we own shares of CSX at 32, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But truth be told, after this huge run up and this strong move, in 2 weeks, it'll probably be really oversold and some buying pressure will come in. I really, really don't think we get put to shares of that. But let me just go and look at what it is on the premium side. Here's CSX. Here's some options. So June 32 put sale right now is worth 13 cents if you decided to buy it back. So I'm just saying, I still think it expires worthless, but I will say on 6/4, 14, 15, 13 cents if you want to buy back put. And that way you'd lock in, 16 cents of premium or something. Okay, CSX. That's pretty much about it. Let me go look at 2 or 3 other trades I'm just keeping a close eye on. I think Apple really is one of them. Now, Apple at this particular point in time, guys, I'm just kind of chilling, waiting on it. It's not doing much. And as far as any bearish trade is concerned, I'm just more non-directionally bearish on Apple. This is an interesting little pivot, though, if you take kind of into consideration from way back here and make some lower highs. Now, I have heard a rumor, can anyone else verify this, that apparently tomorrow there's a big Apple announcement. Is that right? Big Apple announcement tomorrow. I don't know what they're announcing, but I do believe that there's something coming out. Well, they're going to talk about streaming music. Let me pull down my rumor mill. Give me 1 second. New Apple TV with TV subscription service, new streaming music, and other goodies unannounced. So that'll be interesting. You guys are welcome to do a little bit more research on that, but we'll see. But anyway, a little bit of a descending triangle looking thing. If you're in some bear call spreads or covered calls up there, beautiful. I think our Iron Condor for next week will expire. We're in a lot of spreads on Apple. I think that's the only place to be in right now. Or if you're in shares, you're just doing covered calls. Looks pretty. Let me see if E. Leon is here. Nope. Well, Elion or Joe, if you guys get a chance, so we'll listen to the recordings. Let me know if you guys end up doing a covered call in Apple with your shares. I think if we continue a little bit lower tomorrow, I just like the bear call spread. We're already triggered in, and that's really about it. Okay. Apple, see if there's anything else out there to look at. Alibaba. On Alibaba, it's looking all right. It's looking all right. Kind of looks almost like a bearish flag right there, some kind of pennant pattern. It really could break in either direction, truth be told. Here's some exponential moving averages. So the exponential moving averages are slightly bullish on Alibaba, and it's just really kind of pounding it out. So I still haven't found a great place to enter on Alibaba. So I could say if we come back in here to the hourly, I could update this a little bit and say, let's say 6,415. If Alibaba gaps up and opens above 92, buyable. Yeah, there we go. I will still agree with that analysis, almost pinpoint. So there we go. So there's Alibaba talking about other tech stocks. Let's look at Facebook. And Facebook, you're absolutely correct, Linderman. Good call. So Facebook has a tweezer bottom on the hourly. Tweezer bottom on the hourly, and we did make a higher high on last candle. So if you're looking to go long Facebook as a swing, tweezer bottoms on the hourly after we want to buy is always a good thing. Tweezer bottom on the hourly. High of this candle, 82.17. If Facebook breaks 82.17, even more bullish. Definitely more bullish than bearish longer term. There we go. So Facebook, I think that's all we got, because truly on the daily chart, we talked about yesterday and Tech Giant Tuesday, if we get some type of pullback, buy the bounce. Here it was. A pullback around 82 with a stop at 78.50 could be a decent swing. Good gap, cleared a lot of wicks. So the low of today, 81.50. So if you got a chance to buy in at 82 or 81.50 or 81.60, okay. Looks all right. Stan's got his bear call spread, and for tomorrow, you should be okay, Stan. I know you'll be watching it closely, but there we go. Let me just copy and paste that, hop over here, and just add it 6.4. Just add that one at the bottom. Okay. Zane wants to look at Hewlett Packard. Again, guys, this is your show, so if there's anything you want to look at, let me know. Not perfect form. Bearish. Oh, yes. I see exactly what you're talking about. So Zane's talking about the evening star reversal pattern right there. Based on this gap, Hewlett Packard's still bearish. We made a lower high with earnings. I agree with you, man. I mean, if we can get a close below here, which is approximately 32.99, I will be more bearish than bullish. I do agree there's a lot of congestion here, and there's a lot of congestion here. It's not a trade I'm going to take personally. So there's some support and resistance there, but it looks good on a daily. Well, it looks okay on a daily. On a weekly, it's probably going to look a little better. So here's the weekly. And on the weekly chart, we pulled all the way into some moving averages, and we got a one black crow on a weekly chart. So that just says to me, if we do, in fact, close below 32.99, I wouldn't be massively bullish. So yeah, I agree. We come out here to the simple moving averages. Simple moving averages on a weekly. That's a good target for us to trade back to, right? The 31.90, and then the daily chart. Here we have the daily, and we're below them. So let's just see randomly if there's any premium in HPQ. I really do doubt it, but we'll find out. Options. Let's say maybe June 26th. Looking at a bear call spread, 36.37 bear call. There is no monies. There is no monies. You have to go all the way out to July. And even July is wretched. 7 cents. I do not know why that is so low. You would think, right? You would think, but nope. Okay, well, there we go. Shake Shack. Seriously, I could eat nails right now on Shake Shack. I could eat. Oh, I'm so frustrated. I don't know what to do about this frustration. You guys have any advice for me?
Smash a watermelon.
Smash a water. I haven't watermelon smashed in a bit. Zane says I'm shaking. Marsha's giving me good advice too. That's not a bad one. That always helps. Man, I just wanted to go bearish on this one so bad. But I couldn't. It just wasn't shortable. I mean, I literally could not. Ugh. Rough. Anyway. That's all we got. Shake Shack looking a little bearish. Looks like this is a C wave all day. A, B, boop. Probably going to come down. I mean, if it comes down to those locations, I'm willing to buy. But, gosh. GoPro. I guess now I'm just kind of looking at a few. GoPro, a little bit of an evening star reversal shaping up at the 200 simple moving average. I would need to close below this price if we're going to go bearish. A close below here based on the bullishness of this candle. Linderman, did you do anything with the GoPro that you're looking at? So here's really, I mean, really, if you got in, you're, I think, exactly where we were. Just kind of chilling there. But GoPro was a good mover. I mean, it did move nice for us. I liked it a lot. This is just really kind of picture perfect trade setup. I love this one, right? Glorious retest gap on earnings, pulled back down, retested the 100 simple moving average, along with a really, really strong support at 49.22, and then from there bounced and traded to a target. I mean, that's glorious. Linderman said, no, I just want to point out the triangle's going on opposite days. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yes, that is unique. Very, very cool geometric pattern right there. I wonder what this one does. I do wonder what GoPro does. Well, anyway. Yeah, a lot of triangles forming on the general market. That I do agree with. Even the primary market. Let me go check out El Pollo Loco. And El Pollo Loco. You know, trade down. I'm okay if it trades down to 1896. I did not like the options, as you guys know. They just were not moving really at all. It's kind of strange, actually. Bollinger Bands getting really, really, I mean, we're very, very far from the Bollinger Bands. So this is just textbook. It needs to kind of pop back in at some point. Really reminds me of this. But El Pollo Loco can stay extended for a while. This is probably what it'll do, honestly. It'll probably make just a little bit of a lower low. People will start getting embarrassed, and then it'll pop. That's probably what will happen. Chipotle. I'm just going to go through a few others. Chipotle. Good supports. Good bounce off of support. So we have finally made it to a support level on Chipotle. We did make it to the 606 price. And so I guess now my question becomes, do we do a spread down here? Do we buy? I think we could have a decent risk-reward ratio, yeah. I need a close above the wick of that candle with a stop right about here. Stop or protective put, however you want to mitigate your losses. But it would look something like that. I mean, you're buying off of the support. Will it trigger? I don't know. Will it work if it triggers? Yeah, I don't know. But we're definitely making higher lows, and the trend is still our friend. I mean, Chipotle, as crazy as it sounds, is just skyrocketing. You know, looking like that. It did break some trend, a little bit of a trend angle. You know, so I think at this point that just means that likely it's just going to trade sideways or bearish. So if we start really closing above that price, I'll be looking for some bull put spreads or something on Chipotle, seeing how it's going to move. Tina's asking for HAL, Haliburton. So Haliburton, Tina, I looked at it a little bit earlier, and I did want to go bearish, actually. And you probably have the same analysis as I do. I really want to close below here with a stop above here. Is that what you're thinking? And that probably will work, truthfully. Probably will. I'm not massively afraid of it either. The only thing that concerns me just a tad, and I do mean just a tad, is the 100 simple moving average. Because we did respect the 100 simple moving average a lot last time that we were there, right there. I mean, we traded right to it 3 days in a row. So there's a possibility that that could do something, but from there, you know, I'm not sure. From there, I'm not entirely sure what it could do. Dean said, "Did you see my question?" Nope, I did not. HES. I don't know where your question went, man. HES. Hess. All right, so here's what I got on Hess. I'm actually slightly bearish on Hess at the moment. We had a stair-step pattern, and it made a lower low and a lower high today. Now, granted, I'm fully on board that there is a really, really good support also down here. Let me bring this up a little bit. What put sales? Put sale expiring tomorrow. 65. Really? Oh, if it expired tomorrow, I would do it. 65 for tomorrow? Wow. That probably means it's going to move a little bit tomorrow, but I know that you wouldn't horribly mind getting put to stock anyway. Okay. Let's do that. We'll keep an eye on it tomorrow as well. 65 for tomorrow. Made a little bit of a lower low and lower high. I'm just going to get close. How about we do this as well? This is always fun. Tomorrow, we'll have a closing contest on HES. We haven't done that in a while. You guys game? So between now and noon tomorrow, post somewhere your closing entry guess on HES. I would really prefer the Facebook page. But you could also post it in the webinar tomorrow, or you could email me, but just do it sometime before noon. Dean Chance.
Noon Eastern time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Noon Eastern. Dean Chance considering 65 put sale for tomorrow for 25 cents. Newsome says it looks good. Closing contest on HES. Newsome is going with 65.27. That's my guess. I think it's going to get a little close because we did make a lower low and a lower high today, and we broke that previous support. And, you know, if you did get put to stock, yeah, this is a good support at 64.47, and it could come down there and just bounce. And I know you don't mind owning shares of Hess, so I'm not terrified of that at all. But a closing contest would be fun. That would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. That would be. All right. So we're gonna come back to that. Maybe you can, remind me, Angie. But I think I might be able to handle that one on my own. We'll see. We'll see what damage I can do. Alrighty. HES. All right, what's gapping between today and tomorrow? See if we can find anything else out there. PAY and ZOES. Okay. Pay. It's a decent little trend. Earnings is coming up. Let's look at the hourly. Hourly, a little bit of a white candle. I think I would like the hourly to above here somewhere. I would love to know how my colors always change randomly. I've never figured that out. My all colors every day change something totally different. I would like a gap up in this price for a quick retest. There we go. And ZOES. Oh, Zoe's Kitchen. I had no idea this was publicly traded. No clue. There's a Zoe's Kitchen Nashville. It's pretty good. The only gap up I would really like is above this pivot. And the only gap down I really like is below here. Now, the gap down would be nice. If we gap down, and I mean, that would definitely trap some people because there's a lot of bullish pressure coming in right now as we speak. So if it gaps down, man, that could have a pretty decent surge of people getting really afraid and selling to close their positions. Okay. Anything else you guys want to look at? Let's just go see what the SPY is doing. All right, 209. Let's go check on the 2 swing trades that I got triggered into with you guys. And I'm in TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor, this was an intraday trade I was just kind of keeping an eye on earlier today. So here's the hourly chart on TripAdvisor. And it doesn't look massively bearish, but we're kind of still just right there at where we were. It's getting a little bit of a buying pressure, but I think it actually does pop probably just a tad. LNG looks decent. I'm in LNG also towards the end of the day yesterday. Ray Rue, you still in this one, big man? Some decent volume came in on this one today. So it closed yesterday below our trigger, 72.53. Had some bear call spread analysis as well. Good volume. I'm looking for LNG to continue a little bit lower. Just a tad, see if there's anything I can do on LNG. What else? Google didn't do too much today. Just, cute little candle. Not much happening. Angie, did you get my Google article? Did I send that to you? I really could have forgotten.
Yes, you did.
I did? Oh, gosh, wow.
You did.
Go me. I sent something. Yay. I thought I might have forgotten that. Well, thank you for letting me know that. Netflix. So Netflix, me and Chris Wenzel looked at this one yesterday. He said he was a wussy. Probably for good reason, man. I think you talked me out of my Netflix spread, Chris. So I appreciate that. Not that it's in trouble right now at all, but it could be. Amazon, just a small little bearish gap today. Nothing massive. We still got, again, I like this candle actually because if we get a good gap up tomorrow or next week or something, again, folks, this is still in a pennant of some kind. And the longer we do this, and if we gap up and clear those pivots, at some point I'll be going long Amazon again. But if you're in bull put spreads or something, sweet. I mean, we got a lot that expires, so Amazon looks pretty nice. Ford, since it is ticker symbol F, broke some decent lows today. So we talked about, hey, wait for Ford to take out this price, and Ford did take out that price today, which is 15.14. I'm not personally going to trade this. I don't like trading Ford, but if you are or want to trade Ford, I'd have a bearish perspective. Actually, also a bearish perspective for tomorrow as like a day trade. I'd be watching that one. So here's the daily. 6-4-15. Some bearish confirmation on Ford. I would have a bearish edge if trading it. FCAU, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. Very interesting candle that we had today. So we did trade up to a resistance, and we're getting, to a fib target, and we're getting a one black crow candle. So on Fiat Chrysler, I don't think Fiat Chrysler has any spread premium to speak of, really. Here's the options. June, no real premium. And then July is as far out as it'll go. 1718 is not bad, but I'd prefer the 1750. And there's nothing there either. So, all right, Fiat Chrysler, nothing really happening on that one. That stock's not really moving that fast. GM, General Motors, gapped below a wick today. You know, I'd have a little bit of a bearish perspective on GM, but nothing spectacular, guys. So really, we're waiting on a lot of trades, and there's a few trades that are looking pretty. I mean, Southwest, definitely of them looks the nicest. You know, American Airlines looks good. So there's definitely some things shaping up on the spread world. Let me go look at Box really quick. I haven't looked at Box in a moment. Wow, so here is Box. Bouncing off that support again. At some point, this is going to move. Really, this is a good IPO at 17. Just hammering that out. Etsy. Haven't looked at Etsy in a little bit. What is Etsy doing? Wow. Etsy. Can't short it. Can't buy puts. So, too bad. I guess we'll have to kind of find a place to buy this thing. But yeah. That's Etsy. And GoDaddy. GoDaddy, wow. Moving up, kind of broke out that little consolidation. Still lighter on the volume than I would have anticipated. But getting a little bit of a breakout. So let's kind of keep an eye on GoDaddy because it's breaking out. Even though the IPO price, it's still an IPO. Granted, there's not tons of data on there. But that's how we just absolutely destroyed GoPro and a few of the other IPOs that we traded back in the day. So good breakout. I'm thinking of 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we get a little bit of a 4 pullback. I might actually draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I'm kind of looking at on GoDaddy. So let's see if we get a little bit of a pullback, and I'd buy the bounce and be more bullish than bearish. Tomorrow, folks, let me pull up what we're going to look at tomorrow. It is, of course, on the trading floor, Finance Friday. So the ones I wrote in, SAN, going to look at C for my boy Stan, IBN, Wells Fargo, FAS, XLF, COF, Bank of America, Visa, MasterCard, UBS. If there's anything I missed, let me know. And then Monday, we have Merchant Monday, then Tech Giant Tuesday, and then we're just going to keep on grinding and being phenomenal. Next week, I do broadcast from Toronto, and I'm broadcasting from the Nonco office. Nonco, like the day trading platform they use. I've never met the guys, so I'm going to go up there and meet them just to make sure they're real. And I'll be broadcasting from them. So I'm assuming since they trade all the time, they run webinars, all that stuff, internet should be fine. If anything crazy happens, I'll let Brad know just in case. But, you know, thumbs up. Everything should be fine. And that's really about it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.